In number 11, it says to factor and solve, but I want to have this in standard form. So I have to move this right into there, and it would become negative. So to factor, I'm going to use x factor, and I'm going to put negative 18 and 7. And what times what can make 18 but also make 7? So 2 and 9 could subtract to be 7 if the 2 was negative. So 9 minus 2 is 7. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. So I write it in factored form. And then I would set each expression equal to 0. And then I would solve each one of those equations. So here I would add 2 to each side. And 0 plus 2 is 2. Here I would subtract 9. And 0 minus 9 is negative 9. So my two solutions are 2 and negative 9. In number 12, I would add 21 to the other side. Okay. Again, that's like putting it right there. But I do see that this would be bottoms up because I have a number bigger than 1 right here. So 2 times 21 is 42, and I'm trying to get to 13. Now, 6 times 7 makes 42, but it also adds to 13. So I'm going to write x plus 6, x plus 7, but I can't forget to divide by that first number since it's bottoms up. So I asked myself, can I divide 6 and 2? Yes, that becomes 3. Here, I bring the bottom up. And I have 2x plus 7. So now I need to solve each equation. So x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3. We get x is negative 3. And then we have this 2x plus 7. So I subtract 7. 0 minus 7 is negative 7. I divide by 2, and I get negative 7 halves. Okay, number 13, these actually are just like this. It's just given to you differently in the equation. So it is a factor and solve problem. You think of this as gone, and you put equal 0 here. So now you are factoring and solving. So for 13, 1 times 24 is 24. How do I get to 11? Well, I have 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. 3 and 8 can add to be 11. So I would say x plus 3, x plus 8 equals 0. I solve each one, and I subtract 3 and get negative 3. Subtract 8 and get negative 8. Okay, number 14, I do 2 times negative 15 and get negative 30. And my goal is to get to the negative 1 there in the middle. I also need to make sure you understand that's bottoms up because that 2 in front of x squared. So 5 and 6 can make negative 1 if 6 is negative. So I would have x plus 5, x minus 6, but I am dividing by that 2. And this cannot divide, so I would bring the bottom up. This can divide, so that's going to make a negative 3. And then I would solve each equation. So 2x plus 5 equals 0. So I would subtract 5. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. I would divide by 2. And x is negative 5/2. Here, I would have x minus 3 equals 0. And I'm just adding 3 to both sides. And 0 plus 3 is 3. So we have negative 5/2 and positive 3.